Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 67. Had some interesting things happen this weekend, as you saw in the last episode. I tried some new things, and they seem to be working, and I'm excited about those, and excited about the future. So that's really good, and I'm happy to try something new. Also, a little online venture that I was trying seems to be working. I made a total of like $900 so far, $850 so far doing it. And I thought, well, what if this doesn't work out and, they're going to keep the money when they discover what I'm doing or something? Let me try to withdraw some money. So with any of these online places, it's easy to put money in, it's hard to get money out. So I was prepared for a long fight. Last night I went in to see how to withdraw the money, and it says you need to verify yourself. So I have to send the front and back of my driver license, and then a utility bill, and it tells you plainly if there's any shadows or any shine or anything from the photo, we won't accept it. The photo has to be under this size. It has to be in this format. Everything has to be perfectly readable. It has to be this date to this date on the item and all this stuff. And I did all that. And then they wanted proof of my ownership of the credit card. So I sent the picture of the front of the credit card, the back of the credit card, but it was a debit card that I used because I only deposited a small amount of money, like $50, to try this. And so I went to my bank account, and it just has a bank account number, so you can change it and put a nickname on there. So I put a nickname of my name on there, so it appeared as, Joe Kickass, account number, blah, blah, blah. And then in front of that, I opened up a frame that shows the credit card, an image of the credit card from the bank also. And I sent that in. I went to sleep around 11 o'clock last night. I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, and it was approved. So then I went to withdraw some money. I thought, okay, well, let me just try to withdraw 500 and see what happens. So I go to withdraw, and it says, yes, that's fine. Well, how much do you want to withdraw? I put $500 in, and then it asks you, how do you want to withdraw it? Do you want to use a check? Do you want to do a bank transfer? How do you want to do it? So I thought, okay, check would be easiest. Let's do a check. So for a $500 withdrawal, it was going to charge me $55 to send a check. I said, I'm not doing that. So I said, okay, let's do money transfer. And they wanted $85 for that. So I said, okay, well, I guess next best thing, let's do Bitcoin. So I did Bitcoin. I put in the address. And within 40 minutes or so, I received my Bitcoin. It was like a value of like $4.99.10. So that's probably just exchange fees. So that was okay. And then I cashed it out, and I ended up with like $4.87. So in the future, I may not cash it out, but right now Bitcoin's kind of high. I don't want to hold it while it's at a peak. So I ended up getting $4.87 out. So now I've documented that I can do this, and now I'm going to try to do a little bit more with that. So we'll see how that goes. It's a very slow process of making money, but you can make money, pennies at a time. But these are the things, hopefully, that will go under the radar. Now, one thing I noticed on the site is you can look at your play history, and when I look at it, it is like 1,000 transactions going through, plus $1, plus $2, plus, all tiny, tiny numbers. And hopefully, that doesn't set off any kind of alarms or anything. We'll see. I also got all my taxes done this weekend, which I'm very happy about. I do not use a tax professional to do my taxes. I entered all my W-2s in manually. Not exactly manually. What I did is I have a spreadsheet that I've had for years, and I do all my gambling charts and stuff on it. And I have a tab for each year's W-2s, and I have the name of the casino, the address, the city, the state, the zip code, the federal ID number, the state ID number, and the amount that I won, all in a row. And I put it on my spreadsheet, and then I can copy it. So if it's, let's say the win Las Vegas, and I win from there again, I can copy and paste that line down into the proper place, so I have a ledger. And then when I enter it into my taxes, I can just copy and paste each cell into TurboTax, and I got it done. Probably was 2 hours of entering stuff in. It didn't take long to do each one, so it wasn't bad. Got that all done and turned in early. Usually I go all the way to the last minute, so I'm proud of that. And starting fresh here, new week. Yesterday was Sunday, and my wife and a kid of mine two kids were out of town, and we drove by a casino where I have free food. So I had $100 in free food at this place, so we went in. And the kids had to go in through a different door, so we went in through the back door to the restaurant, so you're not walking through the casino. And sat down. I said, okay, I got to go talk to someone. I'll be right back. And I went around, took a lap of all the slot machines, and came back. I was ahead like $100. I ordered my food, went around, took another lap, and came back, and I was ahead $271. And then the food came, we ate, and I paid with the coupon. I put out a tip, and we left. So I tipped $17 on a $100 purchase, which usually I do 15%, but I felt generous today. And I won $271 with those 2 quick laps around the casino. And we even took some leftovers home for some of the other kids if they want them. So all that was good. So it is Monday morning. I'm on my way to work. It's raining. It is 48 degrees outside. And this morning I'm not going to get any play in before work, but I'm hoping to get 2 sessions in during my work day. And then tomorrow, same thing. Tomorrow, though, I'm going to try to get a session in before work, and then during or after work as well. And we'll make that into all one episode, and I'll send that out. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are big days. And with the other stuff I'm doing on the side now, the new stuff that I'm working on, I may be traveling more, so things might change. So if this all works out, my episodes may be a lot shorter, and there may be less of them, but I'll be going further out of town. So I may even fly out of town for the day and come back same day or the next day in order to be able to do this more efficiently. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you after I leave the office for my first stop. Alright guys, I am back. So I'm taking a break from work. I got a break in my schedule, and I'm pretty much caught up on a lot of things. So I'm going to go ahead and go to a casino and try to make a little bit of money. I mentioned in the last episode the lottery tickets that I found in my closet from New Year's that we'd been given by somebody. I cashed those in yesterday, and it was actually, I thought it was going to be about $20. It was $109, so that was nice. I saw a friend at the casino yesterday, and someone had sent me money to give to them, and I'd totally forgotten. And he's like, hey, you got that money? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I totally forgot about that money. So I gave him that money. What else? Oh, so right now things are getting a little bit more complicated. I'm doing some stuff online now, or experimenting with it anyway. So I'm not going to count any money that I make online until I actually receive it, because I could get closed out and not be able to get it. They could shut down my account or whatever, and it doesn't make any sense to count that in my win-loss statement until I actually have it in my hands. So I'll be doing that. And then there was another thing I wanted to mention. I mean, so far, just in the last 4 days or so since I got back from my trip, I think most of the money for the month has come in these last 4 days. I'm going to add everything up, but I think I went from like 3,000 or 4,000 ahead for the month to over 10,000 just that short of time. So I'm going to be counting the credit card stuff as well, and I'll get back to you in the next couple of days with totals for last month. So now we're in April, so we'll just move on from here. So yeah, I'm heading off to the casino. It's 57 degrees. It's not raining anymore. I want to try to spend 2 hours there while still looking like I'm at my desk. So I'll be checking in at work every little bit just to keep that those softwares active, making it look like I'm sitting at my desk, and then I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. So I walk into this place, I see no one checking anything, but I see that someone's been there, and very recently, so I don't have very high hopes. Looking around, seeing nothing, seeing nothing, seeing nothing. See a small play it, just about make a couple bucks on there. I'm up like whatever, $20 or something like that. Walking around, start thinking, man, okay, maybe I'll play this. It's not the greatest, and I play one that's okay, not great, and I lose about $60 on that. And then I start finding some bigger plays, and I start losing, and I start playing more bigger plays, and I start losing, and I'm down about $300. I said, okay, I'm gonna go get some lunch. I got free food here. I'm gonna get some lunch, calm down a little bit, go back, take another lap around. Don't get excited, just keep playing the right game, keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. And so I ordered my food. It was gonna take about 10 minutes, so I took another lap. And during that part of my stop at this casino is when all the action happened. That it ended up being about 15 minutes. I go down, that's interesting. I just got my phone bill just flashed by, and it's higher than I expected, but I'll check that out later. It has something to do with the trip, I'm sure. But anyway, so I am involved. All of a sudden, I'm involved for like $700, then $800, then $900, and I finally hit what I'm going for. Now I'm down about $200 for the session, but all kinds of ups and downs, bigger plays, $6 plays, $5 a spin plays, and so then I eat my food. I go back. And on my way out, I play one last machine, and that one starts the big drain again, but it turns things around, and by the time I ended up leaving, I was ahead $67. So plus $67, and I think everything ended up okay after a really rough start, and what can you do? Sometimes it just doesn't work, anyway, right now I am heading back to the office, plus $67. I feel so rich, and all you have to do is risk $900 and you can get $67. But heading back to the office for some more boring time, and then I'll probably be back in a little while and try something else, see how it goes. So right now I'm letting you go, and I'll be back to update you shortly. Alright guys, I am back. It is about, 3 hours later. Got more of my work done, went through a team meeting, did all that stuff. It's toward the end of the day. No one's going to miss me right now. Left my laptop on my desk. It looks like I'm there, and I went to the bathroom or something. And I can keep my computer alive remotely, so that's all good. So, right now, heading back to the casino and try to make a couple $100 here. At least do something today. Maybe we'll get lucky, who knows, maybe something big, but we're gonna give it a shot here. So right now heading back to the casino, same place I was before, and I'll be back and update you as to what happens. Alright guys, I'm back. I am just leaving this place right now. I wasn't here very long, but long enough to see everything. I'd say about 35 or 40 minutes, and at this point I think I'm going to head toward home. It was a little bit of an eventful session though. So as soon as I walk in, I check out a couple machines. I go to like the third machine, and this got a play that's in range. So I sit down there, I start playing. I actually did pretty well on that play. I don't remember what I made, maybe 50 or 60 on that one. But that was not the exciting part of what happened. The exciting part of what happened is I see this bald, chubby little guy walking toward me with his almost shaved head at 50-something years old. And I just saw him for a second. I think he had a beer in his hands, like a glass, you know. And I looked at him, he looked at me. I said, "Hey, how's it going?" He just said, "Good." "How's it going?" "Fine." And he walked away. And I started thinking, where do I know that guy? I know him from a casino. Which casino was it? Was it MGM? Was it Hard Rock? What was it? The Wynn? I know him from somewhere. Caesars? But where do I know the guy from? Because I haven't seen him in a long time, and I'm kind of piecing things together, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I as that machine was playing out, I started going through everything in my head and figuring things out, putting it together. Started thinking, I think he either works at a poker club or worked at one, or at the casino that I got banned from. And I thought it through, and I thought, I think it's the casino. So let's go screw with him, right? Why not? Let's go mess with the guy. So when I finished my play, I looked around that region and I didn't see anything, but I knew he was heading toward the corner of the casino, so he couldn't be too far from me. I mean, how fast could he possibly walk, you know? So I find him playing a dumbass person's machine, which makes me feel pretty good. It kind of tickles me inside, give me a little bit of a warm feeling inside to know that possibly the people who ejected me from their casino, one of their people is there, and he's losing his money playing a dumbass person's machine at 86% or 85%. So I find him, and I walk up to him when nobody's around him. I said, "Where do I know you from?" And he said, Buzzard Puke Casino. And I'm like, I knew it. I said, "Do you know they banned me from there?" He said, "Really?" Like he didn't know. Give me a break, man. You knew. How do I know you knew? Because of the following. I said, "I wonder why they banned me." And he said, "I don't know. They don't tell us those things." Lie number 2. I don't know why they banned you. Number 2, they don't tell us those things. Then he said, "Unless they thought you were counting." So there you go. They do tell you those things. They knew, or they thought they knew that I counted. And they told everyone, which they don't tell us those things, is a bunch of bull crap. And I said to him, yeah, I don't understand why. I said, now I just come here every day, and I just spend a couple $100 a day here and just enjoy myself, and we got really nice people here. Just put a little bit of doubt in his head, make him think I'm a degenerate piece of garbage like him. So anyway, he could have been nice and just told me straight up, this is what they thought, and we could have had a nice conversation like human beings. But anytime you give these people a break and say, oh no, the people working at the casinos aren't evil, it's only the casinos that are evil. Well, the management is evil too if they know all these things and they still take advantage of people, and they do know things, and they do lie about things, and I just caught them red-handed. So anyway, I ended up walking away, and then I started thinking, I'm like, man, I know this guy's name, and I remembered his name now. So a little, we'll just call him Fatty McFat. So I can say that because I'm skinny. I can discriminate against overweight and tall people because I'm skinny and short, blonde hair, blue eyes. Skinny McFat or Fatty McFat. It's nice to know that you're gambling too. Nice to know that you're giving up your little measly paycheck. He was a pit boss at this casino, and not the nicest guy. He was always kind of like one of these guys. He was a company man, and he didn't give a crap about the players. And if someone just lost $5,000, but they lost it real quick, and they'd ask for some free food, he'd say, "Oh, you haven't played long enough," instead of just being a human being with his discretionary and just giving it to them. So good for him. Anyway, MW, stop getting off the damn subject and tell us what happened. I ended up ahead 2 to the 8th power, which you know what that is, because we're all smart people. $256. And I went to the cashier, which is where their rewards desk is, and got some new cards. I got 3 new cards, threw away a couple old ones that didn't work anymore, and got some with some bigger print. Some of these cards' print is so small, and the print matches the background of the card, you can't read it. I mean, you have to take a picture with your camera and zoom in just to be able to read it. It's so bad. But I got some new cards, cashed out. I'm feeling good, had a decent day. Still working on these other things in my mind here, and I'm very excited. I'm going to keep developing them and working my way up, and I'll let you know how things go with those. Right now I'm going to head toward home, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything else today, or if the next time you hear my voice it'll be tomorrow, but I'll be back with you. Alright guys, I'm back. It is not the next day, same day. On my way home, I get a call. Guess who I get a call from? I get a call from the casino that banned me, that this guy works at. They called me up to let me know that they checked and they see that I'm going to their other casinos, and that it was an oversight on their side, and they're not going to stand for it anymore, and they're going to send me a letter banning me from all of their casinos. Which 3 of their casinos are on my weekly trips that I take. So, and I hit those, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. So I actually give that casino company 7 visits a week currently, even though I was banned from one of their locations, and now that's going to be gone. So just seeing that guy there just cost me, I don't know how much, $1,200 a week, $30,000 a year, just by seeing that guy. More than that, $60,000 a year. So what do you do? It's like, is he just so cold and such a nasty person that he would call and check on where I play just to give me more trouble? Did I do something to this guy that would make him do that? I don't get it. I don't get it. How he could do that, I don't get it. So that actually changes a lot of things. That makes one area just not playable anymore, because I depended on beating these guys up relentlessly as part of my play. And one of their casinos is one of my top 3. Actually, it's my number 1 last year. So, and I think I made 79 or 71 just at that location. So that's pretty bad overall for that to happen. So anyway, nothing else to do right now but head home. I'm going to go ahead and head home and think about this for a minute, and then I'll let you know what happens. I'll be back. Alright, one other thing I forgot to mention when I was talking to the security guy from that casino is it's April Fool's. There you go. There you go. What host loves his listeners as much as I do that I would play an April Fool's joke on them? I did see the guy at the casino, but nothing else happened. They didn't call me or anything like that. But see how much I love you guys, that I care enough to play an April Fool's prank on you guys. I hope you guys were worried about me. I really appreciate it, but that did not happen. Everything is okay. So I'm going to go ahead and head on home, have a nice dinner with the family. And we had a problem with our garage door yesterday where the kids had a ball or something halfway in the garage, and the garage door went down on it and closed at an angle, and then when it opened up, one of the tension lines on the side came off, and I put it on and the other side came off, so I had the garage door opener guy come out. I think I know how to fix it, but I don't know if we want to keep those lines or not, if they've kind of been twisted up and crimped and stuff. So I'll find out about that, but we'll have a nice dinner with the family, and then we'll be off tomorrow morning on another gambling trip. Actually, tomorrow will be close to home, another long work day, but I'll see you then. All right, guys, what happened here? It's still Monday. Why am I back on here again? Well, I was at home. I was actually taking a walk, trying to clear my head, relax a little bit, and I got a text message about a meeting, and I went out the door, and I ended up meeting an AP friend of mine and an AP that he knew, or that he recently maybe met, and we had some drinks, talked for a little while, and just ended up discussing where this guy is from, where he's going, how long he's planning on being in the area that we met. I did not meet at home, so I drove to them, and just to protect their privacy, I won't say where that is, obviously. But this guy is a stud. He really is. He is beating the casinos that are harder to beat, and he's lasting for a long time at places that are hard to last at. And that's all I'm going to say, because he's still out there playing, and I'm not going to out him at all. But I look forward to maybe working with him in the future, either on a play or just sharing information and helping each other out. Whatever we can do to help each other out, I'm more than interested in doing that. I love helping people. I love getting together with people and talking shop with them, and I hope he continues to do well as far as time at the table. So anyway, and he told me some incredible things I didn't know about some other countries, and might be a future trip one day. It would be pretty exciting. So anyway, let me think here. After that meeting, what's the first thing you do when you're somewhere? You look to see where the closest casino is, and there was a casino nearby, and I traveled to that casino. I was in and out of there pretty quickly. It was kind of dead tonight, but I ended up just playing a few slots and ended up leaving ahead $111. And what are you gonna say? Anytime that you can get a little bit more EV in, you got to do it. I did see that other people were there. I didn't know where they were, but I could see that they had checked the machines, and it was kind of dead in there, so I knew I wasn't going to be there very long. So added another 110, and now I'm heading home. So heading home, and I'll be back with you in the morning. All right, guys, I am back. So just trying to figure out what to do here. Tomorrow is supposed to be a stay close to home day, but I'm thinking about going out of town, maybe after work, and maybe for 2 days, just do a 2-day session out of town, and just not leave until after I'm done at the office. I would need a hotel room. I would be traveling about 4 hours one way. So if I left work at around 4 o'clock or so, I could get somewhere by about 8 or 8:15, somewhere in there. And then I could play until the next shift starts, right before the next shift starts, and then play again after that shift, get some sleep, and then spend the day in that city. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. I was planning on going to that city on Wednesday anyway, so I might do that. So I'm going to end up cutting this one short and picking up on it tomorrow, just in case I do that. If you have any questions or comments, the email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you tomorrow.